8 o'clock. Well, after a little bit after 8 o'clock. It's like 8:17, and I'm going home for the day. It wasn't that, man. It was a so-so day. I only got one tip, which was a $20 cash tip, which I made that live video earlier. And after that, it was downhill. Dang, the sun is directly in my eyes. I was supposed to get off at 10 o'clock today, but you know, like I said, usually about 9:15, 9:20, I'm making my way back home, and then I'll be home at 10. Now, let me tell you, my show is on tonight, The Haves and the Have-Nots. Now, my friend Nina, we usually watch it together at the same time, and then we go ahead and comment and be all shocked and surprised and just, you know, just talk about the whole show during that whole entire time. So, Tuesday nights, my cutoff point is 8 o'clock. And I really didn't lose any hours. Let me tell you the reason why. I was supposed to get off at 3 o'clock to, you know, take an hour break, go to the gym, whatever, and then resume Instacart at 4 o'clock. No, it didn't happen like that. They sent me an order, a batch order, at 2:35, 2:40, telling me, you have a batch order with such and such number of items. I think it was 12 or something like that. I don't know. I can't remember. And since I saw the address, which was McGinnis Ferry Road, hey Dorian, I'm on my way home. So let me tell you what happened. So it was at the apartment complex right around the corner from this Publix. And I get there, and I was like, this person better not be living up no steps or anything else. But they didn't. So I sat, you know, went there, knocked on the door. Did you have any groceries? So I went in the house, put the stuff on the table. I said, I got more bags. And then, you know, in the note, she had mentioned about, don't forget the beefsteak tomatoes. Now, beefsteak tomatoes is huge tomatoes, right? So I said, yeah, I got them. Well, goddamn. You gotta make, oh, Jesus Christ. All that noise for that one little raggedy truck. So anyway, so she looking in the bags and stuff. I don't know what she looking for. I mean, but she picks out this jar of mayonnaise. Look at the size mayonnaise. You know, that's the fucking size you asked for. Shit, 16 ounces. What you think 16 ounces is? You know, some people, boy, you know, you order something, you get online, you ask for something, and it's the item, and then you looking like it wrong. So look at this, and then I don't know who he was. I don't know if it was the husband or whatever, and he was some disabled man. He couldn't talk. I don't know what he had. So he's sitting on the couch. He's like, you know, I guess he understood what he said. So I said, well, that's what you wanted. 16 ounces mayonnaise. That's the jar. Publix brand. Everything was a Publix brand. So I told her to till the spill. You know, I said, let me see if I'll get me a tip out of this. I told her, I said, well, the service fee is optional, and in lieu of the tip. This stupid bitch gonna talk about asking me about, do I deserve a tip or something like that, or whatever, or warrant a tip. I'm like, bitch, whatever. You know, at this point, I could give a rat butt, you know, if you leave one or not. You know, it's just because she didn't leave a tip. Because let me tell you, and then I had a 5-point star rating, and all of a sudden I had like a 4-point something or whatever. So I think that bitch probably gave me some low score. You know, people, you know, they order stuff. You ordered the Publix brand things. You ordered whatever, everything that was on that list you got. The only thing that she didn't get, or I had to substitute, was some garbage bags. and they wanted to tie up garbage bags versus the one with the string. So I told her that before, when I got there, I told her that I substituted the garbage bag. They didn't have the one with the drawstrings. They just had the other one. It was the same garbage bags, same gallons, same everything. Only difference was you tie up the garbage bag on yourself, or you just tie it with the string. Other than that, it was the same exact thing. So I left, went on about my business, and then it was like 3:45. So of course, at that point, I only had like a 10-minute break in between. So I went back to the Publix that I usually sit at. Then I get a message saying you will be getting an order at the Publix on Buford Highway. So in Cumming, Georgia. So I had to hurry up, eat my little sandwich that I had, and go to the other Publix. It was a double batch order. It was like 30 items in each of them. Lord, let me tell you, it was an hour. They said it was going to take about an hour and 10 minutes. So at that point, I would have finished it about 5-ish, and the other person was to get it delivered at 6 o'clock, and the other one was 6:20. Was 6 o'clock, 6:20? Yeah, something like that. I don't know. But anyway, so I'm sitting. They had all these cases of beverages, Gatorade, and the sparkling mineral water cases, and I had to get 2 shopping carts, and I'm sitting here getting all this stuff. I was like, and it was about, both of them was over $100 of groceries. So I'm sitting up in here packing up my car. Back seat was packed. The trunk was packed. I put them in 2 separate trunks. 2 separate trunks. I put them in 2 separate things. I put the first item. If I have a large item, what I do is I put the first customer order in the back seat, and then I put the second customer order in the trunk. So I separate them. So that way I don't have to go there and put everything in the trunk, be separating bags and all that kind of stuff. I just put them in, 2 separate parts of the car. One in the trunk and one in the back seat. So let me tell you. So I'm driving on this street, Echoes Road in Cumming, Georgia. So I'm turning on this street. I was like, first of all, it wasn't even that far from the supermarket. The place where they lived at was not far from the supermarket. But it was such a strange turn. I made the turn on this little side street. Then at first I was driving, then I missed the turn. You're supposed to make a sharp turn on this little side street. So I turned on this road, Echoes Road, and it's like a new, that whole little area in Swanee Cumming, Buford Highway is a 1-lane highway going in each direction. So they are expanding the highway to a 6. I assume it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think it's going to be a 6-lane highway. Right now it's 2. So they expanded it to 4 more lanes. So I go up to the street, and they had people in the road, and they was clearing out all of these areas to build up a brand new subdivision. It wasn't even, there was nothing laid out. It was no road. It was just nothing. You know how you first clear out land, and you start in the beginning stages where they start putting in the I assume the sewage system and the underground stuff. That's what it was. So I'm turning, and I'm like, okay, 3672. I'm driving, and first of all, they had these little construction people that was directing the road, because it was only a one road to get in, but people were coming in on the opposite direction of the road, and then I'm coming out, and therefore you had to I don't know, it was just crazy. So I'm driving, and it's in my GPS telling me, okay, 100 feet, 50 feet. And I'm like, where the hell is it? All I saw was a big old patch of area with nothing, no houses on it, no nothing. And the other side was like a whole bunch of trees and forests. So I said, okay, I drove up and down that little road looking for this house. So I called a customer. I said, this is Teresa on Instacart. I said, man, I don't know. I don't see where your house is. Where's your house? Oh, it's hard to find. It's hard to see off the road. My house is off the main road. Do you see where they had the construction, where they paved? I said, yeah, I see it. I said, I see like an unpaved road, dirt road. And I see a white car in the distance. That's not me. My car is black. And I'm driving. I said, well, man, where are you? Because I don't see it. I don't see it. Now, let me set the picture for y'all. You know how when you're driving on the highway and there's nothing but trees, and all you see is big pine trees, and you don't see nothing in between. All you see is forests and woods. I'm driving up and down this little street, and these construction people, I'm asking them, do you know where 36 something, whatever, you know, the number is? No. These Mexicans, they like, then this black guy, he said to his dumb ass, you know, I said, excuse me. You know, at that point I was like, excuse me, do you know where this house number? I'm not from around here. You know, I said, Jesus Christ. I said, so I rolled up the window, and I kept driving up and down the little street, and I called her, and then she telling me she would meet me at the curb. She would drive her car up to the street. So I drove back, and then when I saw her car, the black car, it was like coming out of the woods, and then she was parked there on the side, and I said, oh, well, ma'am, I was here, you know. It says, oh, the White House is right next door. And I said, yeah. I said, okay, well, that's good. As long as we found each other, that's what counts. Man, let me tell you. So as I'm taking the stuff out of my front seat of the car, big bag of dog food and all these bags and everything, and I was like, you know, I'm looking around. I said, man, this is dangerous. I said, God forbid if some emergency had to come over here, they won't be able to find you. Well, they built that new subdivision across the street, and they knocked down my mailbox, and they supposed to replace it. I said, well, you need a marker or something, because if the ambulance had to come or something had to come, they won't be able to find you. So I started thinking in my mind, okay, those dang construction people who was doing the roads, if you knew you knocked down that lady's mailbox, how the hell you couldn't even try to, you know, even tell me, oh, it's in this general vicinity? You know, I'm like, ugh. So I'm telling you, and I started creating small talk. I said, I could imagine what the property tax is going to be once they finish building up these new houses and stuff. Yeah, I don't expect that. And another thing I was thinking, but I didn't say it though. I said, let me tell you about Georgia. Let me back up some. When you go to like in the South, or even in some states that's so remote, you know how people live in these little shack homes, and it's like nothing around, and it's just, I won't even say country, but that's how certain parts of Georgia is. When you go into Beaufort and Cumming, Georgia, way out in the sticks, it'll look just like that. It will be nothing around it or anything. And somehow or another, I'm trying to figure out how were you still able to live there? Because people are buying up land, buying up property that people probably had in their family for hundreds of years, nothing around. And when they want to build up a brand new subdivision, you know, $300,000, $400,000 homes and everything else, people live in these, they still live in these backwoods deep in the woods in these old looking homes. I'm not talking about grandeur, you know. I'm talking about these old shacky houses where like I don't even know. I can't even describe it. It looks like almost a step up from slave quarters back in the slavery times when people used to live in these little shack homes and they had no indoor plumbing. Put it that way. That's the best way I could describe it. Of some of these places that I've seen. It'll be these wooden frame houses, you know. Look like somebody supposed to been tore down that house, but because they ain't got no money, you know. You know how we talk about how black folks, gentrification, moving into black neighborhoods and minority neighborhoods and inner city? Let me tell you, it ain't no different. It's the same thing going on with rural farming communities. People are buying up these old farming, or they don't even do farming anymore because a lot of states they don't allow you to farm anymore. So people are living in these old homesteads, I guess, and you know they ain't gotta pay no mortgage, but the house been paid for, unless they took out a second or third mortgage. But it ain't nobody, and that house, these houses ain't worth nothing. It's the land that they want. They'll tear down the house and build up $300,000-$400,000 country club homes and gates. So that's what this lady's house looked. I mean, I wouldn't even say house, because I still didn't see the house. It was in the forest, in the trees. I was like, ma'am, I don't see it. I don't see nothing. All I see is trees and woods. And I said, I'm not driving up in no woods. Okay, she started laughing. I guess she thought it was funny because she know it was true. She know ain't nobody was gonna if somebody knew that she lived in some deep forest back in the woods and you gotta drive. I mean, literally. I wish I could show y'all and give you an example. Maybe I could. Let me see. Just imagine driving along the highway and you see big trees, forests, nothing on it. Nothing but a bunch of weeds, vegetation. That's what I'm talking about. I'm gonna show y'all right now. Let me see. I'm gonna drive in a certain area. I'm driving and I'm gonna show y'all right now what I'm talking about, because I don't think y'all believe me. There's so many stuff developed. Let me wait till I'm gonna get to a certain area and I'm gonna show y'all what it looked like. Dang. I should have showed y'all earlier. All I can say is this. Atlanta, the city of Atlanta itself is a forest. I'm serious. The topography of Georgia and the city of Atlanta is a city within that's why they say a city of trees. Atlanta used to be known as the city of trees. It was trees all over the place and everything. I remember when I used to take a plane and I used to look over when I used to leave the Jackson International Airport, and I used to look and I used to see all these trees. And I said, oh, look at all these trees covering up Atlanta. And this was 96. Now when I drive, when I take a plane and I go over the city of Atlanta, I can tell the topography. It's like, I said, well, damn, what happened to all those trees that I used to see? Now they cut down so much, building up homes and apartments and everything else. It's like totally different, the landscape, when you look it up from the sky. There used to be trees all over, and now, nope. I'm gonna, dang. I'm trying to show y'all what the thing looked like. I'm gonna wait till I get closer to home. I'm gonna show y'all an example of what I'm talking about. I was like, God dang. I mean, I said, man, I'm not driving on no unpaved road and tearing up my car and driving up to something I can't even see. And imagine if it was dark. I would have took those groceries straight back to Publix, and they would have been undelivered. Sure would have. Because she would have to meet me to the out in the street, and that's exactly what she did. That's the first time I ever had to meet somebody in the street to give them their groceries, because you live so deep in the woods. And then I just can't understand. It's just a matter of time before before they buy that property up and they turn it into, I'm gonna tell you what's gonna happen. They're gonna turn it into a park. See, let me show y'all something real quick. Y'all see this in the background? I don't know if y'all can see. That's Alexander Park. That's Alexander Park. And I haven't lived in Snellville. Well, I don't live in Snellville. I haven't lived in this area for about 6-7 years. And what they do, at least in Gwinnett County, they build up a lot of houses, a lot of businesses, and to try to keep a balance, they'll turn some forests and they'll put it into a park. See, look at this right here. Let me show y'all. Y'all see all that right there? Look at all that dirt. Y'all see? I don't know what y'all saw. I don't know what y'all saw, but but I'm serious. Every time I turn around, you see new construction all over the place. All these shopping centers, you know. And then they building a whole lot of townhomes and subdivision houses and stuff. I don't know. I mean, I know people are moving to Georgia, but dang, they ain't that many people moving to Georgia. Not like that. But another reason is because so many people can't afford to live in the city. They move out in these outskirts, outskirts suburbs. So I was like, dang, I ain't never. And then the second person, they weren't even home, and in the app they told me leave their groceries in front of the steps. I'm like, oh, here we go again with these groceries, leaving in front of the steps. And she was the one who had all the cases of Gatorade and all the cases of the water and a whole bunch of meats. But she had yogurt. So I said, oh well. She said leave it on the step. That's what I did. So basically I only got one tip today, $20. But you know, you win some, you lose some, you know. And I'm gonna tell y'all, don't get too happy when that Uber start doing tip option on that app. It's gonna be the same way. You're gonna get very few people. You're gonna get some people's gonna tip. You're gonna get some people that's not gonna tip. You know? And I know a lot of people get all glee and happy. You know, they were like, ooh, I got some good tips I made. You know, it's good when you make $70 in 4 hours. You know, people be, you know, good and happy and stuff. But shoot, that is not consistent. You know, you gotta really bust your ass to get some dang money out of these people. But I don't understand it. You ain't had to leave your house. You staying in your nice air-conditioned house and apartment. You talking about you think you deserve a tip, bitch? Yeah. You know, trust me. I've been in that subdivision and complex before. It seemed like that's the same person I've been to before, but the last time it was a guy. But you know, I don't know. Who knows who this person was? Next time I deliver to you, trust me, and I know I will. Next time people say something crazy mess like that, I'm gonna say, yeah. You ain't had to get out your house and and stand the heat. So yes, I do deserve a tip. But I was like, you know what? I was just so ready to get out and just leave and take a small little cat nap, but I couldn't even do that. So whatever. I still made about, let me see, what I made with her order. I think I made about $18 with hers. When she had those 20 items plus the $10, which is the delivery fee today. I think it's $10. Yeah, it's $10 delivery fee today. And then while I was out and about doing some deliveries and stuff at the store, I bumped into another Instacart person. You know? And then I saw another lady, she was an Instacart. She was doing Instacart. I said, what the hell? I said, I ain't never seen this many Instacart people in the weekday doing groceries at that location where I was at. So I said, I know ain't nobody trying to invade in my little territory, you know. But I don't know how many what's the average number of shoppers that stays in that area, you know, that works that area in Suwanee coming. I know when you do the ranking, they said it's usually about 20-something people that works the zone. And but I never seen multiple people at one time at the Publix. So you can't hog up all the areas. But I know one thing, I'm gonna keep my hours. Have you ever ate at this place called Cookout? I ate there about last year sometime, somewhere off of Panola, and I was like, okay, well, let me try the hamburger. They had no cheese. I was like, that thing was so nasty. I was like, they could keep this. But supposedly they had like 20-something varieties of milkshake, and everything's supposed to taste like all that noise. They supposedly have all these different kind of milkshakes, and they supposed to have Cookout. It's supposed to taste like you cook it from the grill. I ain't never smelled nothing that tastes like no grill and no Cookout. But I said I don't know. I wasn't that impressed. Only ate one time, and then after that I had to call them and do a survey, and I was like, I was not satisfied. And they gave me a free coupon, and I don't even know where that thing was. I said, nope. No, thank you. And then they want so much money for that damn, they wanted so much money for that, milkshakes. It's like $3 and some change. I'm like, really? Milkshake? $3 and whatever? I might as well go to dang Quick Trip and get me that 79-cent ice cream cone, or you could put it in a small cup. Well, I'm so ready to go. So tonight is the Have and the Have-Nots. Who watches that show? Your own network, Oprah Winfrey Network with Tyler Perry, one of his shows. That's the one that I would say that's one of the best shows ever that Tyler Perry has made. He has some other shows, but I love that show. Boy, let me tell you, that show is a mess. Veronica and the Carringtons. Whew, I'm almost home, y'all. Dang, I should go to the dang gas station before I go home. I'm gonna have to go to the gas station before I go home, or go to the gas station later. I'm gonna see how much the gas will be if I use up my Kroger points. When we sometimes shop at Kroger's, and they'll ask you, do you have a Kroger card? You know, and I punch my number in and get those points. I heard of the show but haven't seen it. Boy, you should watch it. I'm telling you, it is good. But see, you have to watch it from previous seasons. Now, it hasn't been out that long. It's only been about, I think this is I want to say this is either the second season or the third. I'm not sure. I can't remember. It's good. If it wasn't for that show, I would have canceled my cable. But because of that show, and none of Oprah's network never's on YouTube, she would not put none of her things on YouTube. She has a YouTube channel on her own network, but in terms of you like trying to catch that show on YouTube or Netflix or Hulu, nope, it is not on those channels at all. But I'm gonna tell you, it is good. I'm telling you, oof, you gotta catch it. If you got cable or you got the own network, turn on a half and nots. And then they had another show, Queen Sugar. That's my show too. That's another show. It's not made by no Tyler Perry. It's this new black woman producer. Her name is Duval. I can't pronounce her I can't know her full name, but she's like an up and coming producer. She's like the new Sandra Rhimes, but not at that level. You know, when Sandra Rhimes makes Scandal and all the other shows. But this show, Queen Sugar, it is good. That is good too. That comes on Wednesday nights. Now, that show came out last season, because I don't think they have a lot of episodes. I don't think they have like 16. TV shows don't have 16 shows like they used to. I think they make about 9 episodes, maybe 10. And then, you know, when you get to looking at it nice and good, and next thing you know, it's the end of the series, you know, the end of the season. I'm like, really? Mid-year season, and then they resume in a few months later on. But those are my 2 shows. There's another show too that's in remission. It's the other 2, but I'll put it this way: all the shows that's on their own network, not that Ayana Van Zandt, not that one, not Fix My Life, but all those reality shows are good. Another show that I love, but it's on VH1, is with Vanessa Williams, called Devil Diva. Is it Devil Diva? It's with Vanessa Williams, Tashina Arnold, and it's like a Barbara Walters setup, but it's a TV show based on that concept of show, but it's like a live reality show. That's good too. I'll be like, ugh. I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna have to start adjusting my schedule to watch my shows at night. Even though I have DVR, I could DVR it and watch it, but I'll be all up in that show. $1.98 for gas. Let me go and get this day Kroger gas right now. And look at this, all crowded. Because, you know, let me tell you what's gonna happen. 4th of July, watch the weekend come. It's gonna be like $2 and 25 cents a gallon. But see, I'm gonna see how much I'm gonna get to save, because I have all these Kroger points. Alright, y'all need to hurry up. Everybody, I need to be on this side of the pump. Look at this person who got their truck parked and they ain't even pumping no gas. I hate when people do that. If it's 2 pumps, why don't you go in the front so somebody else could go behind you and use the pump? And then they're not even at the pump, and even at the truck. Shoot, I I don't do that. You know, if I go to the gas station, I don't just go to the I will pull up to the next empty one, so that way if somebody's behind you, they could be able to pull up and use the pump too. Shit. And I'm not backing up, so you might as well just move forward. Look at that. She gets in the truck and pulls and then drives off. Why are you taking up the whole spot like nobody else is waiting for gas? Jesus Christ. I'm gonna see how much gas is gonna be with my points. You know, when you do Instacart, you get all these dang points. And I used to, you know, I don't shop at Kroger that often. But when I did have a whole bunch of little points and stuff. And I would never really get Kroger gas. I always thought something was wrong with Kroger gas. But you know what? $1.98. And then let me see. I'm gonna come back in a minute and tell y'all how much the gas went down to from these points I got. Let me see. I'm so dead curious. Alright, let me get out the car. I'll be back in a minute.